thought today I would share some plans for a stream, such as it is, for let's see where we're going to go with this. It's supposed to pick up something. Ooh, pretty. I know I put that here somewhere. There. Yes, a very nice picture of an Easter bunny for April. Colorful, right? Now, there are some controversy about colorful beer cans of a certain brand, Bud Light. First and foremost, those cans don't exist. Most of you listening to this, if not all of you, have recently been to the store this month and you have not seen one rainbow can on Bud Light. So, I don't know what the controversy is. This transgenderism and gay and all that. Well, I have news for you. If I can get my mic, I got news for you. Those causes change every freaking month. Um, Understand that for some reason it's necessary to peddle very addictive substances really hardcore to the LGBTQ community. And I don't care which way you cut it. Alcohol is an addictive substance, so is nicotine, uh, things like that. I am not advocating, nor am I saying don't use those products. I am saying be aware that these corporations peddling this stuff hardcore to these communities are not your friends. They don't care about inclusivity. Um, they don't care about your health and well being. And since we are talking about this particular substance, that's where I focus my efforts on. Yeah, I get it. The dyes and everything else aren't healthy for us, anyways. Before you kind of get on there and scream bigot at me, which I don't care because I'm presenting a very pointed fact. There was a initiative. I think it was called SCUM, SCUM initiative among a lot of corporations who deliberately worked really hard to peddle such things to the gay community out there in California. And needless to say, even out in the rural areas, it's pretty pernicious. Uh, like in Colorado, um, oh yes, they've opened a AIDS research center, so on and so forth. Well, great. Where is that out here? Oh, it's only in Milwaukee or in Denver where the company makes that product into where they can pretend to care. So just be aware. Don't fall for the marketing. And for heaven's sakes, if you don't like the product beginning with, don't buy it. I'm good with that. Bud will be good with that because apparently, from all the Facebook postings thrown in my face, um, they apparently branch to other products that are beer. I could name them off. And from my understanding, Bud is not a particularly great tasting beer. I don't know. I don't drink that stuff. I'm not about to start either. I think the last time I bought alcohol was 2 months ago when it was some like strawberry lager or something. It wasn't bad, but I also know that taking psych meds with alcohol or legalized THQ is not the best thing to do. So I don't imbibe. When I go out, maybe. But usually when I go out, I'm by myself and have to drive. So I don't get the beer too much. I won't say no to a free one if it's offered to me. Yeah, I am in my 50s. I can do whatever I want to along those lines. God. Oh. All right. Now, for the channel plans, well, if you've been following along at Yuri Kendall at YouTube, YURIKENDAL, or on Drummond Bear, DROMINBEAR 99 on Twitch TV, I've been playing exclusively Wolcen. You're probably wondering, you don't even like that game. Not entirely too much. I mean, the combat's pretty interesting, though really it's all essentially one big class. It's usually you build builds, though I have found only one of them really to be very what is it? Useful or viable. It's the dagger and the catalyst. Both of those combinations allow you to use every skill allowed. And then you can have a pistol in your inventory and swap that out and get the long ranged attacks or skills. Now, the story in that game is very, very interesting. So that's kind of why I'm playing it. It's showing that good writing and a good backstory can really help encourage your player to play your game. And the voice acting isn't too bad. And in the game, the characters are portrayed like the main one. I think his name was Heimlock or Hemlock. You know, his armor doesn't have a helmet, but it's like between two big, huge shoulder pads. So it's like aim right between these shoulder pads and take me out. That is so crazy. So I'm reaching new parts of the game, and I will be streaming and airing those until I'm done with both male and female characters, which simply sound differently. There's no gameplay change in it, and I'm kind of liking the female aspect that, you know, the two females are presented as friends and know each other. You know, as you know, intimate, and the male, you could say there's a romantic connection, but not really. The two are very busy trying to keep alive, rather than who can get whose pants. Plus, also, they're called the purifiers, purity and sacrifice. I doubt that fraternation among the sexes would be very good for any other participants. I don't think they would live if they were caught. Alright, I think that's about my big thing, my little uh, commentary on empty controversy and on phony marketing to usually marginalized communities. And I will say this: there's some of you who, you know, are big into the rodeos and all that, the Busch Anheimer rodeos. Let's put aside the fact that, yes, what's being sold at those events, but also remember that we as humans are quite capable of doing our own events and whatnot, especially in 2023, of organizing our own rodeos, whatever you want to call it. You know, we are capable of finding meeting places outside of places that serve alcohol. We've seen drag shows out in the open public that, you know, are fairly family friendly. I mean, they just men dressed up as women and dancing and having a good time. And that's another thing I'd like to point out, that these drag shows out in public, they're still consensual. You can either watch them or not. It's just, you don't have to to threaten violence on this. I don't like drag, but I sure as hell am not going to threaten, a drag show. And if I was on a date with somebody, if they wanted to go see a drag show, well, great. You go ahead and watch the drag show, and I'll do something else. And when the show is over, I'll thank the host for it. And I and my date will continue on with the rest of our plans. Wow, that was hard. All right, I am going to close this, and I want to thank you for listening. Um, and you can if you come across any of my videos, you can always like and subscribe and follow. I haven't set up a donation page. I don't want your money. Just you viewing it and enjoying what's on there is sufficient for me. Now, if I start getting, lots of subscribers, I might change that. I don't know yet. You know, leave what you think in the comments, as they always say. Thank you for watching.